Hey guys, it's Doug. How's it going? I've got a little bit different kind of video for you here today. Anthony at CandleCafe, as YouTube name, he tagged me in a holiday video here where you answer a few questions about yourself and the holidays. This is non-building, non-candle, whatever related, but I really enjoyed Anthony's. I saw Shawn from Hearth and Soul. I actually talked to him and he suggested maybe I do this too. So they're both cool videos, so I figure why not. And at the end of this, I have 3 people that I'm going to tag as well to do it. Just an FYI, if you see my lip swollen up here, I actually bit my lip this afternoon, of course, and something fierce, and the whole freaking thing is swole up now. And this is the only time I have to do this video, so it's now or never. Also, sorry about the lighting in here. It's kind of later at night as I'm shooting this. I'm actually getting ready to go out to see Star Wars tonight, 10:30. You know, a pre-midnight showing of it. Big Star Wars fan. So let's get to it, shall we? What is my favorite holiday song? To me, it's probably going to be, or anything jazzy. I love, jazzy instrumental renditions of songs. Probably "Oh Christmas Tree" or "Silver Bells." "Silver Bells" being sang "Oh Christmas Tree," like the jazzy version. I love that. What is my favorite holiday food? Pretty easy. I'm going to go with the dessert here: cherry pie, pumpkin pie. Really any kind of pie. I'm not really a big holiday food person. Otherwise, I'm not really big on turkey. I'm not really big on, stuffing, all that stuff. I know that's kind of Thanksgiving, but some people, it's for Christmas too. So I'm going to go with pie. I'm a dessert and pie junkie. Real or fake tree? That is very easy. I'm going to put in a picture of my tree of this year, now that we got it all decorated as I'm talking here. It's a real tree, 100%. I have done a real tree now. This is the 9th year. 9th year I've been with my wife, and we started doing real trees as soon as we got together. She had always done them when she was younger. I always had a fake tree, and we got together and we started going to Christmas tree farms. I've talked about this in some of my videos, the Christmas tree candle reviews and everything, but we do real trees just because it's a lot more fun. I love the smell of a real tree. The one we have this year is a Fraser fir. We normally go with Fraser firs, but I've done blue spruce. I've done a few different ones over the years, but Fraser fir is my favorite generally. White or colored lights? I'm a big colored light guy. I can go either way. Sometimes colored ones do look silly, but in general, I like how colored ones look better. I'm just a colorful kind of guy. What can I say? Have I ever regifted a gift? No. What is my favorite thing about winter? Well, that it comes to an end. But no, seriously, I love the holidays and Christmas. Once we get past, Christmas into January after New Year's Eve, then it does become a drag. I'm from Missouri. Generally, last few years have been pretty mild, but generally we have really cold winters, and I can't wait to get past them then. But what do I love about it? I'm a big hockey fan, so that's when hockey season. I'm, St. Louis Blues, big Blues fan. That's kind of when they're at the heart of their season, which is nice. NFL playoffs, even though I'm not as big of an NFL fan ever since the Rams left here, that whole situation. But I enjoy playoff football. I enjoy gambling on football. That's one of my favorite little side hobbies, I guess. I don't gamble a ton on it, but big football gambling, fantasy football player. I do love when it snows. It doesn't snow much here in Missouri anymore, and it seems like when it does, it just becomes a hassle. It's always ice or something like that. And I'd like to go up to the Northeast or something like that, where the winters are a little more pronounced, to try that. I'm much more of a fall person, more so than I am winter. I love fall and summer. That's my jam. I'm not really a winter person per se. What is the best Christmas present you ever received? Probably, let's break this up into a couple things here. When I was younger, bar none, it was my Super Nintendo. I guess, 91 or something like that. I remember I was in first grade at Super Mario World, and it was so much fun. I still love Super Nintendo. I bought a Super Nintendo Mini recently. I was in line, late at night getting it. Big Nintendo fan in general, and gaming. I own all the systems. I've always been that way. But I'm a huge Nintendo fan, so I loved, and I still love my Super Nintendo. As far as modern gifts, an ex-girlfriend years ago got me a Gibson Les Paul, actually, electric guitar, and I'm a big electric guitar guy. Love Gibson Les Pauls. The girl wound up not being so great. The guitar was great, so I'll say that that's my best gift. What is your favorite holiday memory? As a kid, I remember seeing in Anthony's video, he talked about Christmas Eve was the thing for him, and it was for me too. Christmas Day wasn't really that big of a deal. You know, I mean, you opened your presents and everything, but Christmas Eve was kind of the big deal, to where we would go to my grandpa's house, you know, and it was really funny. Every year we got a Tonka dump truck, and man, me and my younger brother had so many Tonka dump trucks, you know, and we used to laugh. But we would do that, you know, open some presents at my grandpa's house, come home, my parents let me open a present, and then there's the excitement and the anticipation, you know, of Christmas Eve. It felt like there was always a magic in the air. Modern favorite memory, I love when we go out to my father-in-law's house, my wife's dad. He lives way out in the country, you know, and I live about, I don't know, 30 miles west of St. Louis, kind of in the suburbs on the edge of the country, and he lives about 50 miles past there. So it's deep in the country. He lives close to the Missouri River, in the river bluffs. He's got really nice land. He lives in a big house, you know, with that he built himself, actually. He likes to say that. And he's got a big field. It's super peaceful, and a big, you know, wood-burning fireplace. Gigantic tree. His foyer, you know, he's got one of those gigantic ceilings, like a vault ceiling, and he, you know, there's always a big tree out there, and it's just a good time. It's really fun. You know, I had fun before I got married. My wife and I would go out there, but now that, you know, we've got 3 kids, it's fun for them out there, and you know, my wife's siblings will be out there as well, and with their family. So that's always kind of my favorite holiday memory. That and my kids, you know, opening presents. That's a lot of fun for them now too. Would you rather dress up or stay in your jammies for Christmas? I don't really dress up, you know, often. We had my wife's work Christmas party here recently. That's kind of about it as far as dressing up. I mean, I don't mind it. It's just not my thing. So I would much rather be in my bathrobe or something on, you know, Christmas Day as the kids play with their toys and everything. It's just that, and we just don't really do much on Christmas. Even when we go out to my father-in-law's, that's generally like a week before Christmas or something, and my family normally doesn't do much on Christmas. We kind of do all our stuff beforehand, so I'd rather just be lazy on Christmas. Do you send Christmas cards? I don't. My wife does, and you know, I by trade I do graphics, marketing, web stuff like that. And so I'll set up the Christmas cards per my wife's request, but she does all the sending and kind of drives that. I don't really do much. We get a lot of them now, especially now that, you know, our friends have kids and everything. But now it's not really my thing per se. What is your favorite Christmas movie? It's got to be Home Alone. I mean, I remember when Home Alone came out in theaters. I was, you know, I'm 33 now, so I don't know. I was 6, 7, 8, something around there. I don't really remember how old I was when it came out, but we saw it in theaters, and I remember multiple times we saw it in theaters. It was just huge when it came out. One of the things with that movie nowadays, though, it's kind of funny to watch, is with technology's kind of, you know, made the plot irrelevant. If something like that were to happen now, you know, the cell phones and everything, the authorities would be notified immediately. You could be Skyping with the kid. Who knows what the heck could happen, but it wouldn't work out like that. And then, of course, you know, the mom would be roasted on social media. There would be everybody judging this or that. It'd be kind of a mess. So anyways, but I do love Home Alone. Also a huge National Lampoon's Christmas, you know, Vacation. I can quote that endlessly. For nostalgic reasons, I'll say Home Alone. But what's my favorite movie? It's Christmas Vacation. I don't know. I mean, come on. It's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It's the best. What is your favorite Christmas tradition? You know, I mentioned my father-in-law going out to his house, you know, for Christmas. And I also talked about my grandpa's. Well, those two things I've talked about. My favorite, maybe non-traditional tradition is here in St. Louis, every Christmas, around Christmas, we have a killer theater, you know, concert venue, the Pageant. I know some of you that watch this channel are from the area, you know of it. The Pageant is a beautiful, amazing concert club. And some of the best musicians, production assistants, lighting guys, sound guys, choreographers, dancers, and tailors, you know, theatrical props, all those people get together and they put on a production each year. The band is called El Monstero. It's a tribute to Pink Floyd. And I know this sounds crazy for a Christmas thing, but they always do a big run of 7 or 8 sold-out shows at the Pageant. The Pageant holds around 2,000 people, so you know, thousands of people come in there. I know some people come back to St. Louis that I know just to go to see El Monstero. Amazing musicians. Look them up on YouTube if you haven't seen it. They're one of the top Pink Floyd. I call it a tribute band, but it's more than just them playing instruments. It's this massive, massive production. But El Monstero is awesome. I go with my friends, my old bandmates. We always go down there and have a blast. I love Pink Floyd. Because of El Monstero, I associate Pink Floyd with Christmas. So I know that's a non-traditional thing, but that's part of my Christmas tradition. I go and I see El Monstero down at the Pageant near downtown St. Louis. It's a blast. Final question here: would you rather stay in or go out on New Year's Eve? This is easy for me. I would rather stay in. When I was younger, I'd like to go out and of course, chasing women and that whole thing. As I'm older, and it's funny. One of the first things I bonded with over my wife was we just don't like to go out for the most part. I know I talked to some of you. You maybe see me on Instagram talk about band stuff. I play in a band, and I've played guitar in bands for years. If I'm not paid to be in a bar to play guitar that night, I'm probably not there. It's just where I'm at in my life. I'd rather be at home screwing around on YouTube, talking to some of you guys, playing video games, watching my blues. I don't know. Just something else in general. So I'd much rather stay in, especially on New Year's Eve. All right, guys. Well, there's my answers to the questions. I now have to tag 3 people, and I'm going to tag my friend Brett, aka Philly Candleman on YouTube. Check him out. He's doing really good candle reviews. I have Stephanie S. Stephanie is really cool. She is on YouTube as well. She does different things, candles, books. She did a really nice piano cover the other night. She's a musician, and she seems great, what she does there. So check her out. I tag you as well. And then my friend Leslie Pethybridge. She's also on YouTube. Check her out. And she actually has a candle company that she just started, and I will be collaborating with her next Halloween. We already have a scent that we are working on. I have some ideas, and she's going to try and realize that. So Stephanie, Brett, and Leslie, you guys are tagged. Anyone else, if you're watching this with the channel, I don't want to just exclude. Anyone can do this, and I would love to watch yours. So there you go. I'll have the links to those channels in the description. I'll also have a link to the questions in the description. So, all right, guys, I hope you have a very happy holiday season, and I will see you soon.